Hey, thanks for stopping by my channel. My name's Leanne, and I run Organized for Success here on YouTube and over on Instagram, so if you want to go check that out, the link will be in the description box. So this year, for the first time ever, I'm participating in One Book July, and I'm really excited about it. I've been watching the One Book July videos for a couple years now, and I had never really participated because I didn't really have... I had multiple books, but I was in school, so I needed all the things that I'd had. And recently I've been using my Passion Planner this year, which I absolutely love. But it's getting kind of crowded because I have something that I'm trying to launch before the end of July. And I'm trying to put all of my tasks, like personal work and the launch, in that one Passion Planner. And it's not really working for me. So I decided to try this One Book July thing out. And I figured I'd take you with me on this cool journey. I kind of go in more depth in the video, and I'll show you all of the books that I usually use and how I'm condensing it into the one book. So yeah, stay tuned. So just so you can see, these are all of the notebooks that I use generally. There's a few hiding behind here. A couple just loose inserts. So I'm going to tell you real quick what they are. But yeah, so we're going to be putting all that in one book. Okay, so let's move this stack here, and I'll just run through these real quick. So this is kind of a little just cheapo ring-bound planner that I got for like $7 on Amazon. These are old tabs. But basically, it just right now holds my list of to-dos that don't really have like a time thing. And I only need to do them like once a year once. So like I need to put leather repellent on my boots once a year and such. And I have a button that I need to fix on my coat. So that's what that one is. This one is my body journal. That's pretty self-explanatory. So I use that one. This is my reading notes journal. So I have a list of like all the books that I own and like stuff like that. So that's that one. This is my like written journal. I put a couple of pictures in it and stuff. But it's pretty much just like, I don't want to say Dear Diary type stuff because that's not really what I write about. But if I'm just feeling like I need to talk about something instead of talking to someone, I'll just write in here. Because a lot of the times things like that are really private. This is my finance planner. I track my expenses, monthly income, bills, blah, blah, blah. I have a video on that. It was my first video, actually. This is my like philosophy insert. So if I get like a aha moment or like a psychology question, because I'm really into behavioral analysis and my degrees in psychology, I write that in there. This is my brain dump insert, so if you know what brain dumping is, that's pretty self-explanatory. This is my passion planner that I started for the launch that I'm going to be doing, but I found that I have a lot of notes in here, but the to-do tasks aren't working because I need all of my to-dos in one book. I can't like separate work from personal, which is why I like the Passion Planner in general. So this is not getting used right now, unless I am using this, but only for like note-taking on that, or like big to-do lists for my launch. But daily to-do tasks to do with it are not going in here. So I'm using it, but I'm not using it. And this baby, which I'm sure you've seen if you watch any of my Plan With Me's, is my go-to Passion Planner. So let me flip to the previous week. So I have like, this is working really well for me, my track your transactions in here, and then I put them into my planner. Into my finance planner that I just showed you, so that's working really well. But I have like all these things that I like doing, and I like the sticker thing because I like documenting what I did in that day as well as like to-dos, and I was finding that I couldn't even, I'm doing so many little things that I can't fit it all in here, and it's not fitting all in here either. Like some things I didn't even write down because I ran out of room in the day. And then I even added this like HyperDex thing, which I'm really liking. But of course I had to tip that in because there wasn't enough room. And then my brain dump. There's nowhere to really do my brain dump in my Passion Planner because I don't really want to waste the pages in the back because I have other things in there. And when I do it like this, it just gets lost and it drives me bananas, because then I can't find it. So, dun, 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 I am using my Travelverse notebook as a planner. This is not something that I've ever done before. I don't really plan. I've put like a monthly insert in here before, but I didn't really use it. But everything out of all of those books, except for my body journal, that's staying separate. But everything else is going in this baby. So let me show you my setup. So this is my planner insert for One Book July. So I have my goals page right here. So I can work out all my like monthly goals. If I have a long list of things I need to get done this month for the launch, I'm going to put that right here. Then I have a monthly calendar for July, and these boxes right here I labeled August. That way if there's anything I need to schedule for August, like say I scheduled a nail appointment or something, I can plug it right in there. I don't really do much future planning, so that's really all I need. Then I wanted to keep like a weekly type thing, but this is just for like things that I have to do, work schedule, appointments type stuff. And then I was inspired by Carrie Harling. She uses the the DIY fish inserts, which are really cool, but they're a lot. They're not for me. It's too busy. I need simple, I need it my way, and I like the concept, but it doesn't work for me. But she has, I think there's a page in there where she dumps all of her, like, this is my weekly to-do list, kind of like in the Passion Planner with the boxes on the bottom. So I have that, and then I'm doing a day on a page. And one of the things I really like about my Passion Planner is this, the times, how the times are all laid out, because I really need like a time type thing. But I also put my to-dos in like the time thing schedule, and then I started the HyperDex. So this is what I'm going to do. All of my to-dos are going over here. Usually I sleep between 2 and 6 or whatever. But if I stay up later than that, I can just draw the lines back in and write that in. So I'm going to highlight these as my HyperDex and also use it as my scheduler. Because obviously I don't need to plan work twice because it's going to be in the same bracket if I'm using the HyperDex as if I was using the time thing. So I think this is really going to work for me. If I want to do a top 3 for the day, I have room to do that down here. If there's a special event going on, I can put it up here. So I'm really, really excited about this. And I think it's going to work really well for me. And then in the back here, I've kind of tipped in my expense tracker from my Passion Planner because that already works really well for me and I didn't want to lose that. So I tipped this in, and I'll probably end up tipping one in the front too, right here, obviously because there's more than 3 weeks. Yeah. And sometimes I run out of room in that anyway, which really bothered me, of course, because I was only doing one-sided. And then right here, in the spirit of One Book July, it's to see what's working for you and what's not working for you and kind of get back to a system where you're getting things done. So I have things that aren't working for me and things that are working for me. So when if say I get frustrated with like one thing or whatever, I can just jot that down really quick. And then there's a couple note pages in the back if I need to do a brain dump or something. So that's my planning insert. And I made this insert, but I wanted in the spirit of One Book July, in case anybody else is in the same boat as me with like the Passion Planner and stuff, I wanted to make sure that other people had the opportunity to use it. So I am selling the insert. It's a printable insert for just a few dollars. And if you use the coupon code OneBookJuly, you'll get 20% off of your order. So that way, if you're not really sure what to use as a planner and you think this is going to work for you, but you don't want to buy the DIY fish, and you want to kind of try something that's along the same idea, but definitely not the same, then you can head on over and purchase that and print it out and join in on the One Book July thing. And also, even if you're not obviously purchasing this insert and you're doing One Book July, please link your videos below because I really love watching other people's videos. So that is that. And then I have this little like zipper pocket, so it's just a little bit of journaling ephemera and stuff. Nothing too revolutionary there. This is a dotted insert printed on Tomoe River paper, which I've never used for journaling before, but I wanted to try it out, and I've prepped a couple of pages with some watercolor. I started using this a couple days ago. So this is just my like Dear Diary journal like I showed you guys. And I've never washied the edges of my pages, but because this paper is so thin, I kind of wanted to try it out to see if I like it or not, and it'll also show me where I am in the insert because I'm only washing the pages that I've written on so far. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'll end up liking it or not, but there's that. This is my book note-taking insert. So I have my reading and research notes, wish list, index, reading list, book pages, reading log, notes, etc. And I also started using this too, as you can see. I read a lot of nonfiction, again, because my degree is in psychology, and I read a lot of stuff related to that, and I want to continue on to get a PhD. So I just like to keep up with like the topics that I'm interested in. So sometimes I only get to read 8 pages here and there, but so I just jot down my notes on that real quick, and then it's easier than trying to flip back through the book and see, find the quote that I liked or whatever. So yeah, that's that one. This is just the back of that plastic thing, and I wrapped some of that washi on there. And then this, oh, I didn't even show you. Hold on just a second. So I forgot one of my journals in my stack. So this is my art journal. And I love it, but I wish I art journaled more. And sometimes I don't like this size because it's really big. So I made myself another art journaling insert, which you would have seen if you watched my journal with me's. And I don't usually write much that one I did write on. So I just wanted to add that in here too. So this is the consolidation of all of my books. And I'm going to try to use that to hopefully get that project done. So I'm doing like I said, part 1 and part 2. So I'm trying to use that part 2. Now on to the pen thing. So as you can see in my Passion Planner, I use a lot of different stickers and stuff like that. And I used to just plan with black pen and highlighter. And it worked really well for me, except I wasn't planning in a book that worked for me. So I'm going back to, I'm using my Platinum Preppy in black. So that's going to be my one pen. Then I'm going to, instead of writing in color or using stickers or anything, and obviously because I'm doing my Hyperdex, I'm going to be using highlighters, which will make things on my to-do list stand out and stuff like that instead of using the stickers. So these are just the mild liners from Zebra. This is a pastel collection, so I'm going to be using those. I also use my highlighter sometime when I take book notes. And then this is my Brain Dump pen. That's the Inkjoy Gel Papermate in blue. And I only use this for brain dumps. That way I know what's a to-do and what's just blah, like brain vomit, right? So I'm sticking with this, but it's only for that one thing, because that's something that works for me, and that's okay. And then this is a Platinum Preppy Fine in blue. This I only use when I'm doing my reading notes. So when I take reading notes, I do the notes from the book. So I write the page number and whatever it says in black. And then if I have a thought that I want to add to it, I add it in blue. So I know what's my stuff and what actually came from the book. So again, I'm going to keep using this because that works for me, but it's only for that one thing. All the planning is going to be done in black. And then for my written journal, I'm going to continue to use my Polaroid Zip because I love it, and I love just sticking pictures in there, and that's what works for me. And I'm going to use my Artist Loft watercolor palette, only in my written journal though. And then my art journal is going to stay whatever goes because it's an art journal. So I'm not limiting myself on those supplies because I don't really need to change that. It's just changing the location of it. And yeah, so that about wraps it up. Like I said, if you're doing One Book July and you did a setup video, please, please, please link it below because I love seeing what other people are doing and why and how it's going to work for them and stuff. And that way I can follow you on your week updates. So yeah, I'll see you in next week's update, and have fun, everybody. Have a happy July and happy 4th. Take care. Bye-bye.